everybody, this is Gordon Goodwin, and I'm sitting here with the great trumpet player, Wayne Bergeron, and we want to thank you for choosing to play Count Bubba's Revenge here on your smart music system. What's so funny about that?
No, just nothing. You're great, man.
Oh,
You're doing
okay.
great. Sell it, baby.
See what I got to do with? Well, you know what? You got a lot of nerve because if I remember, I don't think you even played lead trumpet on this chart.
I didn't.
I don't think you had anything to do with it. So.
No, I didn't. I played second trumpet on this, but I was smart enough to go, hey, Dan, why don't you play this one?
Well, this was a sequel to an earlier chart that I wrote called Count Bubba, and I wanted to. Really, it's modeled. The structure of the chart is very much the same, But I wanted to take it up and make the solis a little bit more difficult and take it to the next level. So the whole ball game here is the a cappella solis and the shuffle feel that that we're using on this.
Right.
And I think the main thing when the rhythm section drops out is, can you play good time without the rhythm section? Really, it's the whole band's job to play good time with or without the section.
Right, that's right. So with the rhythm sections there, it should feel that much better,
Yeah.
We're not dragging each other into the gutter,
And the interesting thing about playing stuff like this is playing in time when you're actually playing notes throughout the bar is usually doable. When you stop is when everyone falls apart. Like the sax soli, which goes 1, do-ba-da-da-ba-da-da, da, do-ba-da-da-ba-da-do-da-da-do-da. So it's do-ba-da-da-ba-da-da. It's getting in on that note and not being late that always is the trap, I think.
Yeah.
In a situation like this. So.
The tendency is to panic.
Yeah.
Which I do.
Yeah. Well, the solis are something we spent a long time on in the Fat Band to make sure we get a lot of detail and nuance, and so that all 5 saxes sound like one. Following the lead alto player, and making sure that it's all tight, and paying good attention to all the phrasing and dynamics. The trumpet soli, well, is there anything that's particularly hard to play on this soli?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's there's some intervals and some things to deal. But the main thing about this is shaping it. I mean, like these lines, even though there's no crescendo written at bar 108, boo-ba-doo-da, boo-ba-doo-da, there's kind of a natural. Crescendo there that happens that makes it swing instead of going da 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 da. It feels very monotone. Natural diminuendo. And this isn't any kind of chart. These kind of things should happen naturally. You don't have to write every dynamic. So Gordon's kind of given us free rein here to phrase this thing, and it's evolved to what it is now. We played this chart a few times before we recorded it.
Yeah, we did.
So
we played it for maybe a year before we actually got in the studio, which is a good way to do it, I think, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, because we've done it the other way, where we've gone in and read the charts in the studio, and it's really great. The band reads its butt off, but there's nothing like seasoned musicians playing something several times and learning from that. Yeah,
because I know sometimes I listen to material that evolves after you play it live, and I listen to our recorded versions and go, well, we don't do that anymore.
Yeah, it's nice to have that live stuff behind us, because the nuance starts coming into play, and those dynamic things we talked about.
Well, this is a goofy little chart, and it's actually a lot of fun for us. We're not doing it quite as much on the gig nowadays, but the audience seems to really respond to the energy of what the chart's about. After the solo section, then we kind of get into some development section at bar 183, and the trombones kind of start a little 2-beat.
It's like a band within a band thing there. We got some smaller sections happening, so it needs to be lighter in general from everybody. The trumpets, and coming in at 199, we're not going to blast that out. It's down low. It's going to kind of lean and mean and clean,
Right. Get into another saxophone solo, and then we get to the shout chorus. I always wanted the shout chorus to feel like the high point of the chart when we get to bar 244. Da 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 da. That kind of accent on the offbeat, right? Do da do da do da da do da. Do you tone the downbeats any different than the offbeats in the bar like that?
Not really. It's just more of a volume thing, I think.
It's a push with the diaphragm.
It's a push with the diaphragm, yeah. And I actually didn't play lead trumpet on this. Dan Finero played lead trumpet on this and did a great job. But, he kind of laid down the law on that early on in this chart. And you have it written here, too. So, obviously, you wanted to make sure that happened so there'd be no question. Right.
Cool. All right, well, listen, if you guys want to learn more about Dan Finero, you can go to danfinero.com Com?
I think so.
Net?
He does have a website too. Google him.
Yeah, Google him.
him.
He's got a very cool website. Or you can go to Wayne's website, which is at...
WayneBergeron.com.
There you go. Yeah. Thanks again for choosing to play Count Bubba's Revenge. And for Wayne Bergeron, this is Gordon Goodwin. See ya.
Thanks a lot.